All right, Shalom Akim, Shalom Yasharallah. First off, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth to rule well. I'm going to be going over a vision that Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai had revealed unto me the other day. I was in my house, and me, my woman, and our son, we went outside. All right, and it was pitch black, and over here in West Texas, you could look up and see the stars pretty clearly, because it's nothing but it's like a desert out here, man. So I looked up as we were outside, and something didn't feel right. So when I looked up, I looked straight at this it appeared to be a star. All right, so when I looked up at it, I saw it, and my mind was being how can I explain, like it felt like it was expanding. My mind or my brain felt like it was expanding, and as my mind was expanding, so was that it was a chariot. At first it looked like a star until I was really looking at it, and I realized what it really was, and whether it was communicating with me in that dream or whatever it was doing, but my mind was expanding, and that chariot expanded too. All right, and I started looking around, and the sky started lightening up. It started to light up like if it was sundown. When you can see a light from far off, which I don't believe it was the actual sun, but I knew what time it was, you see. So I ended up knocking down the fence. All right, and I looked up again, and I saw all the chariots coming down, and it was what people call UFOs. All right, those are the chariots of Israel. So let me get into Revelations chapter 1 and 7 real quick here, my sword. It says, "Behold, he cometh with the clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so. Amen." Amen. All right, so everybody's gonna experience Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai coming back. All right, his second coming isn't gonna be beautiful like these Christians have you believe. All right, his second coming is gonna be death and destruction, man. Except for those people that he has chosen to do his work, to do the will of the Father. All right, to go out to the highways and the hedges. All right, to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability in their heart. All right, in their minds, not on their garments. All right, not on tattoos or anything like that, man. All right, we're being spiritual in the land of our captivity. All right, and in the land of our captivity, we shall remember Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and start doing what we're supposed to be doing. You see, so everybody's gonna see Yahweh Shai coming back. This is the book of Jude, and I'm gonna start off at verse 14. "And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these things, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints, to execute judgment upon all, and to continue all that are ungodly among them." All right, and that word judgment, all right, can be shapat. All right, so the valley of Jehoshaphat really is Yahweh Shapat, which means Yahweh's judgment. All right, Yahweh's going to judge the nations, the people. All right, starting with Israel. So when it says verse 15, to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them. All right, he's coming back to judge the ungodly people, the ones that made fun of the prophets. All right, the ones that didn't want to follow after Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the ones that mocked, the scoffed. You see, so it's starting with Israel, man. It says, of all their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches, which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. These are murmurers, complainers, walking after their own lusts, and their own mouth speaketh great swelling words, having men's persons in admiration because of advantage. But, beloved, remember ye the words which are spoken before of the apostles of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, how they told you there should be mockers in the last time, who should walk after their own ungodly lusts. You see, so those mockers, those scoffers, man, we're supposed to say to hell with them, all right? Because those people are going to end up being destroyed either way, man. All right, so it's better for you to not waste time and entertain these devils, all right, and just keep doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You see? So this is the second book of Thessalonians, chapter 1, and it's going to be verse Salakia. Verse 11. Wherefore also we pray always for you, that our power would continue you worthy of this calling, and fulfill all the good pleasure of his goodness, and the work of faith with power. All right, so with that faith that you have, we know that the chariots, all right, the so-called UFOs, are actually chariots of Israel. You see, they're angels, you know, inside those chariots, and they're controlling them. All right, so wherever they think to go, that's where the chariots are going to go, man. You know, but you know, we hope that the calling that we're in, you know, we're found proven to be worthy of salvation. You know, it says in verse 12, it says that the name of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach may be glorified in you, and ye in him, according to the grace of our power Yahweh, and to the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach. All right, so it's according to the grace that they have, man. You know, back in Thessalonians chapter 1, it's like First Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. All right, so the key words, all right, like clouds, chariots, and whirlwinds. All right, that's all talking about a UFO, a so-called UFO. All right, but to us, it's identifiable. It's not unidentifiable. All right, so it's talking about a UFO, a so-called UFO. You see, so we're gonna be called up, beamed up to a so-called UFO, man. All right, so when I saw that UFO, all right, like the scriptures say, then look up, for your salvation draweth nigh. All right, I looked up and I knew that it was that time. All right, I knew that I had to run. I knew what I had to do, you know, to get away from this destruction. You see, so, you know, whether the so-called UFO, the chariot was speaking with me which way I should go. All right, and you know, to think that you can knock down a fence, all right, just that alone, hey, that's spiritual power, man. All right, the fences, you know, at my house are wooden, so you're gonna have you have to have some pretty good strength to, you know, just hit them with your shoulder and knock that shit down, man. You know, but it was easily done. You know, whenever I had seen the chariot, I already knew what I had to do. So I was with my woman and child, all right, and we have 4 kids, and there was only one with me. All right, I didn't turn back around. I didn't run inside the house, all right, because whatever Yahweh Hashem Yahushai had it set up in that dream is that all of them were away from the house. They were somewhere else, except for the youngest one. All right, and he's the one that actually does listen to what I teach him. You know, he wants to know more, and you know, if I tell him don't eat pig, don't eat pork, don't do this, don't do that, you know, and he goes to his grandma's house, and his grandma tries to feed him, he says, "No, we're not supposed to eat this, man. This is bad for us. All right, we're not supposed to eat this. My dad told me not to do it, so I don't want it." So he'll choose an alternative. All right, instead of eating, you know, bacon, she might give him a turkey bacon. All right, but he tries to do away with all that stuff, you know, and they love pizza, and now he's excited to eat cheese pizza, because he knows that it doesn't have that pork. You see? So, for whatever reason, the other 3 kids that I have, they weren't at the house at that moment. It was just my son. All right? So, I wasn't emotional about it, man. Because what happened to Abraham? All right? What happened to Abraham when he had to deliver up Isaac? He wasn't emotional about it either, man. Whatever the Lord's will is, that's what has to be done, whether you like it or not. All right? And if you don't do it, someone else will, man. You see? So, same thing with this truth. Let no man take thy crown. All right? Pursuing after Revelations 3. We're supposed to keep fighting for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So when that chariot was there, I knew that I had to keep going, keep moving. I then turned back and look at my house like, damn, man, I just barely got this house a couple years ago, and I have all my stuff in there. I didn't give a shit, man. I knew what time it was. Salvation was drawing nigh. All right, so I knocked down that fence, and I had my son on my left side, and my woman on my right side, and we left. You see, passing by chariots. All right, and all this destruction and machines and all these things going at war. Hey, I was trying to fight for my salvation, man. All right, so continue. Let me reread verse 17. So this is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 17. Then we, which are alive and remain, shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, to meet the Lord, Yahweh and Yahushai, in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. All right. Verse 18. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. All right. So, and we have to keep strong, man. Keep going after Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because these things are being shown to us for a reason. All right. We know that we don't have any free will, and I was discussing with the brother yesterday, and I thought it was a good idea that I did make a video. Because he had told me to make a video about it. And, reading that in Thessalonians chapter 4, hey, we're supposed to be having that conversation with each other and letting each other know, like, hey, man, these things are coming. All right, putting that fear. So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, and verse 23. It says, behold, the whirlwind of Yahweh goeth forth with fury, and continuing whirlwind, and it shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. All right, so whenever they see the chariot, it ain't gonna be nothing beautiful. All right, it ain't gonna be something that people are gonna be like, wow, that's amazing that there's a so-called UFO. All right, all these people are freaked out about this type of stuff, man. They'll go watch movies, and you'll have your doomsday preppers and people that say that when that time comes, I'm gonna be ready. Well, you're not. All right. That's why Yahweh Shai said that he's going to come back when no one's ready. All right. In that exact moment when everybody lines up with unreadiness, he's going to come back and everybody's going to be freaked the fuck out, man. All right. That's just how powerful Yahweh is. And Yahweh Shai, which is the executioner of the word of Yahweh. All right. He executes the word. All right. So it says, behold, the whirlwind of Yahweh goeth forth with fury. All right. So when it came, it was communicating with me, letting me know, hey, stuff is about to happen. All right. And then the sky lit up and I already knew. So I pushed that what's it called? That fence down, and we started running. All right. We started going away, you see, and we were in and I could see the destruction, man. I could see all these things happening. All right. And then after that, I ended up in this bridge, man. All right, it was in this bridge, and after I told the brother, that night, I told my woman about that dream, and I'll get to that point, but these things are shown to us for a reason, man, and it's not just to do away with them. You see? So that whirlwind is going to be pain for the wicked. All right, because they're going to see it and they're going to be scared. They're going to know that they might not live. All right, just like in the movies, people freak the fuck out, man, when they see so-called UFO invasion. And then some people stand up and try to be bold and, oh, man, we're going to take them on. And they try and fight. In the movies, they succeed. All right, but in real life, they're not going to succeed, man. All right, the devil and those angels, all right, which is Esau, Edom, and his fighters, all right, they're all going to come down. They're going to all come down, man. They're not going to stand a chance against Yahushua. All right. So verse 24, it says, the fierce anger of Yahweh shall not return until he have done it, and until he hath performed in the intent of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it. All right. So we are in those latter days, man. We are in those times where we're supposed to be considering these things and really reading up and studying and knowing what's really coming, man. All right. For what reason, though? For what reason should we be studying and reading and knowing what's coming if the Lord's going to save us? All right. Because in that dream, everybody that I encountered, all right, after I left my my house, all right, I went to the building and I was going through different places. All right. When I was telling my woman this, we were by this school bus. All right. We were by this school bus, man. And, that school bus was abandoned. So she was saying, hey, let's go inside here. All right, let's go inside here so we can hide. And I was like, no, we got to keep moving. I was like, come on, let's keep moving. And she was like, no, I want to go inside here. And I told her, I was like, let's get going. And my son was holding on to me. All right. He, just like us, the brothers, Lord willing, we're part of that number. And Lord willing, I'm part of that number. But we know Yahushua is the Savior. So obviously we're going to cleave unto Yahushua. All right. We're going to hold on to Yahushua and by his garments, man. We're going to be close to Yahushua. All right. Save me. That's the same way that my son was. All right. He was holding on to me like, yo, I know you can save me. All right. I know you can help me. You know what we're supposed to be doing. So he was holding on to me the whole time. He didn't let go or anything, man. He was holding on. All right. And my woman, she was being, in Spanish, we say necia. All right. But she wasn't understanding what I was saying. She was going against what I was saying. And she was like, no, I want to go inside this bus. So she went inside the bus, and that bus fell off the bridge. All right. Because it was on the edge. And I guess she thought that it was in a safe spot. But when she said she's going in, I was trying to move on, and I was like, come on, let's keep going. And she was like, no, I want to stay here. So she got inside the bus, and I guess, something caught on or whatever the reason was, but she fell down with the bus and she got smushed. All right. And I could just see the blood all over. All right. It was gory. All right. There was blood all over. And when I was telling her this, she was like, okay, I don't want to hear anymore. I don't like this dream. And I rebuked her. I was like, man, shut the fuck up. I was like, you need to listen to whatever I'm saying. I was like, I'm not saying this because I'm saying, oh, I had a nightmare. I was telling her, like, look, this is exactly why you fucking died in the dream, because you didn't want to listen. So she shut up and she started listening, and I started explaining to her, and then after that, me and my son were trying to hide. I didn't even, try and pick up the bus or pick her up or anything, man. I looked and I was like, damn, man, you should have listened. And I kept moving. All right, move on. All right, like Elder Tahar says, if a nigga don't get it, move on. All right, and that's exactly how it was. She didn't get it, moving on. All right, and me and my son, we kept moving on. And we were going through these buildings, all right, and we could hear people screaming. We could hear, what's it called? People just freaking out, man, not knowing what to do, and we went into this building, all right, and we were in a city now, all right, here downtown city here in Midland, Odessa. It ain't shit, man. It's like little tiny buildings, all right. We were in a big building, all right. We were in big cities, you see. So we were going from city to city. So it looked like either a New York or an LA type of city. It was huge, you see. So we were in that city, and what's it called? Salakia, let me. And we were there, and as all these things were happening, I was calm the whole time, and I could feel my son. He was afraid, but he was holding on to me. And we went inside that building, and I saw my father. All right, and my father is real, zealous for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, he doesn't know the names or anything, but he seems like he cares a lot, but he's just not understanding, man. He's like in some type of spell. All right, because there was this time that he was over at my house, and I was explaining a couple things to him, baby food, explaining a couple things to him, and the way that he was looking at me, like he was fucking lost, man. His eyes were like he wasn't there. All right, and he was nodding like he was trying to accept it, but something was in him that was rejecting it. All right, and I know my dad, he'll try and read and go to Bible studies and this and that, and my mom will be pissed off about that, and she'll be like, no, you do that all the time. You need to spend time with me. But that's just a fucking woman for you, man. All right, that's just how a woman is. They think that they're the center of the earth, man. All right, it's the center of the galaxy. All right, and that's how they've been led to believe, thanks to the wicked world. All right, but when I saw him, I looked at him, and he was spooked, man. He was frightened. All right, so I told him, I was like, do you believe me now? And he was looking down like he was ashamed and like he was scared, and he partially nodded like, yes, I believe what you're saying. All right, so on that whiteboard, I started writing down the name of Yahweh in the Hebrew and in the English, and how we would say it or pronounce it, and in Yahweh name in the Hebrew and how we would pronounce it. All right, and I taught him and my uncle. I haven't seen my uncle in years, man, and he was in that dream too. And there was some random people. There was like 4 other random people. All right, and I was writing it down and I was teaching them. After I got done teaching, that building started collapsing, and I woke up from my dream. But this is seeing how everybody was. They were all frightened, man. All right, so I'm gonna get Isaiah 28 and verse 21. It says, and Yahweh shall rise up in Mount Perazim, and he shall be wroth in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. And that is a strange act, man. Just like it's going to be a strange salvation, and people shall look at it and wonder like, wow, this is a really strange. How is this happening? That's going to be that strange salvation, man. But this is Isaiah 33, and let me see. Let me start off at verse 5, Salakia. It says, and Yahweh is exalted. All right, because he will be exalted, man. He is exalted right now by his people, the ones that are doing the work. But he will be exalted by everybody, all right? And everybody's going to see and say, man, he is, man. All right? It says, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. All right? And Zion would be Israel. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. All right? So that's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is looking for. People that fear. All right, and not just fear everything, all right, but fear him more than anything else, and we're not supposed to be in that mindset of fear, man. Just like in that dream, I was the only one that I saw in that dream that was not afraid, that he knew what he was doing. All right, I was stable. All right, just like it says here, and wisdom and knowledge. All right, because we study, we have that wisdom, the knowledge to apply. All right, and understanding. So we understand that these times are coming. All right. So, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right. And that's the latter days, man. Jacob's trouble. All right. It says, and fear of Yahweh is his treasure. All right. Strength of salvation, the fear of Yahweh is his treasure. You see? So in that time of trouble, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to be gracious unto his people. So let me actually get that in verse 2. It says, O Yahweh, be gracious unto us. All right, this is Isaiah 33 and 2. O Yahweh, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. All right, and we're waiting, man. We're waiting for that salvation, As be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. All right, so in the time of trouble, hey, Jacob, the ones that are doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai are going to be saved, man. And we're going to be saved, and the angels are going to help us out. All right. So all these things are being said for a specific reason, and that is to fear Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and do the work. All right. Quit commenting on on videos and not do a damn thing about this truth. You know, there's a lot of people that just like to comment, "Oh, good job, brother. You're doing great, brother." And they don't do anything about reading and studying, going over those scriptures that are being taught, understand the words, etymology of the words, all right? Root words, going back to what it means. You see? So this is Daniel chapter 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, and the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, all right, children of thy people, which is Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at every time thy people shall be delivered, all right, and at that time shall thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, all right. So we have to wake up to this truth, man, because this isn't going to wait for us, all right. So let me get that in Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. All right, so, hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to forget your children if you don't do what you're supposed to do, man. He's going to forget your wife. He's going to forget your child. He's going to forget you. He's going to forget all about everybody. All right, if you're not following after that, you see, but his will be done. And for the women that are out there, hey, you have to do the opposite of what Lot's wife did. All right, because when Lot was delivered and he was taken out of Sodom and Gomorrah, all right, he was with his hey, that was almost basically what I saw in my dream. All right, Lot's daughters were holding on tight to Lot. All right, and his wife was at his side. And she decided to look back. She decided to look back and think something else. All right. She wasn't being a woman, which to be a woman means to be led by a man. All right. And the elders had broken down the word female. All right. Let's see if I can remember. Female. Man, I can't remember what the elders had said. All right. But you know, a job as a woman, you know, is to follow your man. So if he tells you to get going, then you got to get going. All right. Don't stop. Don't say, all right, 2 more minutes. All right. You're supposed to be righteous. If you're righteous, then you're following what your righteous husband is saying, man. You know, and Lot was just. He was a just man. All right. He was a just man. So whenever he said, hey, let's keep going and not look back, and he was running and she looked back and she turned to a pillar of salt, Salakia. All right. Same thing with that dream. You know, my woman, she decided to stop running. She decided to just do whatever she wanted, whatever she felt was right, being emotional. All right. So that's why this truth isn't for women, man, because women are too emotional. And that's why this truth isn't for a lot of you 2/3 niggas, because you're too damn emotional too. All right. So like Hosea said in chapter 4 and verse 6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, all right, which was given to you. Obviously in the time of trouble, it's being given to you and you rejected it. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, which is Yahweh, which stands for he exists, or he is to be, all right, and he is for his people, which are the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, I will also forget thy children. You see? So, going to Joel chapter 2, all right, because this was what I saw, the destruction that was happening, man. All right, this is Joel chapter 2 and verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And that's what I saw whenever I saw that chariot, man. All right. And it was nothing but darkness. All right. And the only light that was shown, and I'm pretty sure that light that was shown was from the lake of fire, which is the ICBM missiles destroying the earth. All right. Because when I was going, it was pitch black. And then there was light in the horizon. All right. Which I'm not saying that it's going to happen exactly like that, but it was shown to me for a reason, man. All right, so that light that I saw in the horizon far away, it was the cloud, or the mushroom from the ICBM missile. All right, the destruction. So when I saw the chariot, I knew it was time. All right, and those days were not beautiful. They were frightening. All right, verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, and the morning spread upon the mountains, and great people and strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. All right, so it looked like the morning was there, man. All right, it says the morning spread upon the mountains. You see? So it looked like it was morning time, man. But it wasn't. It was morning time. All right, time to mourn. All right, it wasn't actually the sun rising. It was the son of Yahweh coming down. All right, it was that time. You see? It says a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. That time is now, man. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them. All right, so before those missiles hit, it looks like the Garden of Eden, pleasant. All right, which here in West Texas, it's not too pleasant. All right, but it looks a lot better than what it will be when Yahweh Shai comes back. You see, it says, in the land of the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. All right, so after they land, after they hit what they're supposed to hit, it's going to look like a desolate wilderness, man. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. You see, nothing shall escape them. That's why the scriptures say, woe is me, who shall deliver me in that time. All right, and that's Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's who's going to deliver you, man. So that's who we praise. All right, it says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. All right, that's talking about an ICBM missile. All right, the strength of the ICBM missile, all right, is going to be coming to America, aka Babylon, aka what's it called, aka Salakia, this dude over here trying to bug me. Let's see, it was aka Babylon, aka Sodom, aka spiritual Egypt. All right, so these things are going to be coming, man, and when they happen, it ain't going to be nothing pretty. You see? So they're going to be coming straight for America, man. It says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, which is strength, and the horsemen so shall they run. All right, so they're going to be running up in the air, man. You see? It says the noise of the chariots and the tops of the mountains shall they leap. All right, that's when they're blasted out of from the ground. All right, it says and the noise of shall they leap, like the noise of the flame of fire, they devour the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. All right, so those ICBM missiles are headed straight for this place, man. You see, it's coming straight for this place, and it's gonna look, this being symbolic. All right, Joel chapter 2, it's symbolic for the things that are gonna happen. You see, it says before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. All right, so all the people are going to be afraid of the things that are going to happen, man. And that's what that dream was revealing to me. Everybody was freaked the fuck out. All right, so with that, Akim, I want to say shalom. All right, peace and blessings to the 12 tribes, and as always, giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth to rule well. Stay strong out there, Akim. Shalom.